Aquarius and cross watchers. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Today we are going to take a look at your weekly tarot reading for February 2nd through the 8th. Please keep in mind, guys, the messages here on YouTube are general. They're not going to resonate every time with every person. You are more than welcome to check other signs within your birth chart. It's really about the title on this channel. If something in the title resonates, there's most likely something in the message. I also do a drawing here every month for a free personal reading. To get entered into the drawing, all you have to do is comment your astrological sign below. I pull a positive affirmation card at the end of every message. And lastly, guys, if you do find the messages helpful, it resonates, please give it a thumbs up, comment below. All the love and support does help the growth of the channel. It helps get the message out there, and it is very much appreciated. Thank you guys so much for even the subscribers that have been here for this long. And that brings me to, if you guys do find the message resonates or you like the style, how I present or interpret the cards, you're more than welcome to subscribe to the channel. Everyone is always welcome here, and I upload messages daily. So, Aquarius, let's see. Most important message for Aquarius. Spirit, what does Aquarius need to see for February 2nd through the 8th? Thinker, Yang. One more card, please. Come to the edge. So I feel like, because both of these cards symbolize taking action, I get the sense here that you're contemplating a move. Whether this is to move within a job, within a relationship, physically move. But I feel like this is something that you've been sitting and thinking about for a while. And I feel, Aquarius, here with Yang and Come to the Edge, that it's time to take action. These are both like action cards. They're both talking about taking action, moving forward, going after what it is that you want, or that what you're being presented by the universe. So let's dig a little bit deeper and see. I do feel like you are trying to come up with a strategy on how to move forward. Thinker does symbolize being strategic, planning. So let's see. Let's see here for you, Aquarius. Most important message, Spirit, for Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to see for February 2nd through the 8th? Couple more cards, Spirit. 2 more, please. Now, the 3 in the autumn and the 10 of autumn were in reverse. I don't normally read these in reverse, but both of these cards in the reverse symbolize delays in money and also family issues. So we'll take a look at that, but let's get the cards out here for you, Aquarius. I do feel like there is a need to protect yourself against something. The 9 of Spring, the 9 of Wands. It does symbolize a wall. It also symbolizes protection. Okay, guarding yourself from something. Okay, so let's see here. I do feel like focusing on career, finances, being grounded. Okay, I feel like what's going on here, Aquarius, is I get the sense that there's been an ending that was very hard for you to handle, was very hard to process. It also, not only did it leave you guarded, but I feel like either you needed protection from this, or you are, this is what you're planning, this is what you're strategizing, is how you're going to move forward from this, or how you're going to get out of this situation. Okay, I do feel like planning is definitely key. If you haven't made this move already, with the Three of Winter and Ten of Winter, these are both, the Three of Winter is the Three of Swords, and Ten of Winter is the Ten of Swords. So talking about endings, talking about sadness, heartbreak, loss. Ten of Swords can also be the ending of addiction or codependency. So that could be another thing that you're planning. You know, you're planning how to get out of this relationship, maybe because you have been reliant on this person, or vice versa. But I feel like here, this isn't going to be an easy move, or this hasn't been an easy move. However, whichever timeline you're on, I'm kind of feeling though here, Aquarius, that this is past tense, that this ending has already happened for most of you. Now, for some of you, this ending may be on the verge. If this reading is resonating for you, you're going to know that this ending is coming because you're already planning for this, okay? So, just to clear that up, I feel like focusing on the things that you can control, focusing on healing past wounds, letting go of outdated belief systems, because with the Ten of Autumn, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, it came out in reverse. It symbolized family conflict, like being at odds with someone in your family. I feel like that it may be where you need to tend your focus, only because our future relationships really determine or base off of our base relationships with our family, with our parents, with our grandparents. So I feel here, Aquarius, that there is a need to kind of focus on that issue for those of you that may have family issues, and just kind of sum those things up. Okay, just get closure or mend if it's possible. But for some of you, there may be no mending. Okay, so if there is no mending, just getting closure in that situation, acceptance, like the Strength card, right? That self-discovery, that acceptance process, that taming that beast, if you will. So Aquarius, let's see here. Let's get these cards out. The older deck here. Most important message for Aquarius Spirit. What does Aquarius need to see for February 2nd through the 8th? Please and thank you. Some resistance. So like I said here, Aquarius, it's not going to be easy. And if you've already gone through this ending, it hasn't been easy to process. I mean, I get the sense here that this person has probably been resistant to this move. Somebody's been resistant, and there's been a need for protection. Somebody's really guarded. It's left a lot of ill feelings in the air. And those relationships may be mended, especially if you have children with this person or what have you. But I feel like for the time being here, at least for this next week or so, just focusing on yourself, right? Being grounded, meditating, the base, the foundation, right? We're focusing on the foundation so we have a solid foundation to build from. We can mend or get closure on these other relationships, but we're going to start here with the family, with the base relationships first. Some of the first relationships we've ever had in our lives are with our family. All right, Aquarius. So the first two cards out is the 5 and 6 of Cups. Now, again, I feel like this is sadness from your past. And I'm getting the sense that this is the family situation that we were talking about. But it could also be from this ending, right? This ending had already passed. The 6 of Cups also talks about that past, the past love, the past life connection, or sometimes it's a long-standing relationship. But because of the dynamic of the cards that have already come out and the other cards that are here, I feel like this is like a family situation gone awry, okay? And I feel like this is what needs healing here. This is where your foundation is. This is where your foundation is going to start. If you're trying to start a business, start anything new, even a new relationship, a lot of our relationships stem from a relationship with our mom, our relationship with our dad, those types of things. So healing and mending those relationships, at least getting closure in that situation, is necessary. With the 5 of Cups present here, I do feel like there hasn't been closure to that. There hasn't been closure to this past situation. Now, I feel like there's very toxic energy coming out. We have the Devil with the Star. Okay, so I feel like this toxic energy was in the past for the majority of you. Whether it's in the past or current, now this could be a toxic relationship. It can be codependency, as we discussed with the 10 of Winter. It could also be addiction, right? Excessive indulgence. Because let's face it, guys, everybody on this planet gets a chemical boost in their brain from something in their life. And that's pretty much what an addiction is. Some people induce that chemical in their brain with other chemicals. Some people induce that chemical in their brain with activities like eating, or binge watching TV, or shopping on the home network. Some people get that chemical boost from exercise, from working. So that indulgent in that over excessive chemical use is what needs to be brought back into balance. Okay, whether it's too much eating, too much work, too much exercise, there's too much of something to try to cover up this past hurt. And the thing here, Aquarius, is when we heal these past connections, when we let go of these belief systems and get closure on these past situations, we don't need to overindulge as much, because our brain will naturally produce those chemicals as we need when we're not as stressed, when we're not sad, when everything's in balance in our life. Things flow naturally, including serotonin, dopamine, all those chemicals that you induce by putting other things in your body or over excessively doing something. I do feel like there is a need for balance. There's a lot of twos. The next two cards out is the Two of Cups in reverse with the Two of Pentacles. So what I feel like this is saying is, do I stay or do I go? What do I do? Weighing the pros and cons, you know. Is this going to be in my best interest? I don't know. Do I want to leave this behind? I don't know. What's going on here? How do I feel? Very conflicted, very imbalanced, okay? Remember the cards before, even though it is the Devil and the Star. And honestly, another thing that I'm seeing here is sequential numbers, okay? So, meaning that everything, you're on the right path, okay? You're headed in the right direction. You're just uncertain. Once we heal and mend those past hurts and those past relationships, and then heal any relationship or hurt, get closure on all of those situations, we'll start feeling more relieved and feeling like, all right, yeah, maybe I am on the right path, right? Maybe I am headed in the right direction. There is a lot of sadness from your past, though, Aquarius. A lot of heavy, heavy energy here is what I'm feeling, okay? I do feel like this is a big transformation that you're going through. And I feel like once you're able to release this toxicity out of your life, these burdens, once you can lift these burdens, which I feel are associated with this, all this past stuff, like it's a cycle. So we think about the sad times in our lives, and we can do that for so long. We think about these burdens for so long, and then we have to do something to get our mind off of that, right? Everybody does, whether it's exercise, work, like we just talked about, over excessively doing whatever. The reason why you're over excessively doing those things is because there's too much hurt. There's too much pain from the past. You need to get closure on these past situations. And it's just going to line up. Once you get closure with your parents or your grandparents, then it's just going to fall in line. You're going to feel liberated, and more after each situation that you're going to want to continue that process. But it's ultimately going to lead to this. Death? No. Transformation? Yes. It's not going to be that deep, heavy, sad. It's going to feel like the Judgment. I wouldn't be surprised if the Judgment doesn't come out here, Aquarius, because I feel like once you get closure on each of these situations and mend or get closure, you know, you have to determine, maybe that's what you're kind of up in the air about and strategizing. Okay, I do feel like there is a lot of sadness from the past. There's a lot of water under the bridge. But communication is going to be key in this. Okay, I feel like that's where you need to make the decision here. Is there's sitting thinking about all this stuff that you want to do, these conversations that you need to have, but you're not taking action, right? The Oracle cards. And it's time. I feel like it's time to make this decision. It's time to, you've been strategizing for a while. It's time to take action. Queen of Swords with the Eight of Wands. It is time to take action, Aquarius, because time doesn't stop. People's lives don't stop. But the longer we wait, the less likely it is that these people are going to remember. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. It's definitely going to be an uphill battle for sure. There's might be people that are resistant, right? I said there was some resistance in the beginning. I felt that. Felt the resistance right off the bat. So people may resist this, okay? They may be defensive. 7 of Wands, okay? They may is this the real thing? You just got to keep pushing forward. Keep charging forward is what I'm hearing. It's going to be heavy. And so, if you are overindulging in certain things, I want you to understand that the best way to have success in all of this is to have a backup plan when you're having those tough moments. Because in these tough moments is where you resort to this. So, having a plan, right? Having a plan. And I'm going to be very real with you here. That plan isn't always going to work. You're going to have moments where you may step backwards. But understand that it's all part of the process, and as long as we get ourselves back up and dust ourselves off, we're going to be okay. I do feel here, Aquarius, that there is some type of dependency issue that you're needing to get in balance. Self-care, maybe having a self-care plan or a self-care routine. Just for example, my self-care routine is self-care Sunday. I have been doing one video Sundays. Normally it's at noon. It's an all signs video, but I really take a break on Sunday to meditate, contemplate. I do one thing that day that really makes me happy. Just me as myself, personally, what I want to do. And some weekends it's going to be like, I want to go to the park, or I want to go for a walk by the river, or something like that. Some days it's going to be like, I want to take a nap. That's what's going to make me happy. All of those options are okay. This is your self-care, whatever makes you happy. And honestly, last weekend, that's what I did. I took a nap. I wanted to take a nap. That's what I felt like I wanted to do. My body was telling me I was tired. So I did that. And I felt better just because it was one thing that I wanted to do. I do feel like introspection, okay, is going to be a big part of this whole experience. Making sure you take time after each situation to breathe, recenter, process, okay? One step at a time, one day at a time. I do feel like this plan is going to be key, the self-care plan, in the success of this moving forward, okay? So let's pull a couple cards here, Aquarius, for the advice for you guys, okay? Then we'll get your power thought card. I am going to do an extended reading here. I want to take a look at your past person. We'll take a look at their position. I'm also going to take a look at this family scenario. See what's going on there. So I feel like the advice here is the plan. Okay, there also may need to be a change in perspective because we have the Hanged Man on the bottom. But we have the 7 of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords and the Three of Wands. And what I feel like this is saying here is things may have ended, okay? Something may have ended, but this ending was meant to open you up, okay? It wasn't meant to shut you down. And that may be where this change in perspective is needed and where this plan is going to come in for this closure, for what you're going to do when you're triggered, who you're going to call, where you're going to go, right? Instead of going to the casino and putting all your money in the slot machine, maybe you're going to call your friend and go for a walk or sage or meditate. Maybe watch a self-discovery video. I do have, just so you guys know, I started a group on Facebook. It's all about conscious healing and the ascension process. So if that's something you guys are interested in, all I do is share content over there myself and other people have created that is focused around the self-discovery, self-healing journey, the ascension process. So if that's something you're interested in, the link will be below in the description box under the Facebook group. But I do feel like there is definitely healing that needs to take place, and definitely plan for movement forward. The situation was meant to open you up. It wasn't meant to close you off. And I feel like that being closed is part of the process, but it's time to free yourself of those chains. Okay? In the extended Aquarius, we'll take a look at the past. We'll take a little bit of look at the past just for shits and giggles. We'll also look at this family situation, right? What their intentions are or how they're coming across. And then we'll look at the movement forward. We'll pull out the soul truth, all that fun stuff over there in the extended. So you're more than welcome to join. The link will be below. I love this. I love all my cards, but some of these cards, they just hit you right at the spot. Like this. I am in the process of positive changes. I am unfolding in fulfilling ways. Only good can come to me. I now express health, happiness, prosperity, and peace of mind. I am in the process of positive change. Beautiful. So, Aquarius, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing the content. You guys are all amazing. If you want to join in with the extended reading, the link will be below. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for all the love and support, liking, subscribing, and I look forward to seeing your beautiful souls again soon. Namaste.